Hey there, if you're listening to this podcast right now, you're probably into cryptids and monsters. Well, if you have a creative spark, you can always join us in our first ever Supernatural Selection zine project. For 2024, we are doing cryptid encounters, where you can draw or write a encounter with a cryptid of your choice, and we'll put it in the zine. The current submission window is from early January to late June. If you're interested in finding out more, you can always go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/zines. That is Z-I-N-E-S. Now back to the show.
So yeah, just orgiastic religious ecstasy in this monkey's eyes as our Lady of Guadalupe appears and tells him the secrets of the world. That poor monkey.
It is a very striking image, that's for sure.
I want to Photoshop this monkey's head onto Jesus.
Is this one in Discord?
Yeah, it's in Weekend Weird
It's
Talk.
a little reverent. I wouldn't call it orgiastic.
Well,
it's just kind of looking skyward, like, what? Why have you forsaken me?
It does.
There would
like
need to be
that.
more than 2 monkeys for it to be an orgy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, orgiastic though.
I don't know. He doesn't look very ecstatic.
Okay.
Orgasmic.
Okay, fair, but it does look like he either saw Jesus or a UFO, and either way, his world is rocked. Hello, welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin Heyman. With me this week are Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how you doing?
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's a spicy meatball.
That needs to be a thing on the when we make more bingo cards. Like Mike just going fine.
Yeah.
Needs to be a slot.
Yep.
That could be the free space.
Yep, I like that. And we've got Mr. David Davis. David, how are you?
I'm doing well enough, actually. Went like 2 weeks without tabletop gaming, and I felt miserable, and then we had a session last night, and I feel much happier.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you must be going through withdrawals.
It got bad.
I wasn't able to play Sunday for various reasons, so I'm looking forward to getting back to Spooky Dice Bag.
Yeah, we really do need to get like a Call of Cthulhu thing going. I think we would have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we just need enough people. So, David.
Oh, well, speaking of fun.
David, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us. Mm-hmm. Tell me.
So did you all check out the Elmo thing on X, formerly Twitter?
You know, I feel bad for whoever runs the Sesame Street Twitter account.
It came across like my peripheral internet vision, but I have not looked into it.
So literally, it's just the Elmo Twitter account, because Elmo has a Twitter account.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
Elmo is just checking in. How is everybody doing?
Yeah, 20 minutes later. Holy fuck!
Just fucking trauma dumping on this poor Muppet.
And the thing is, it started a big national discourse about mental health. Because everybody's like, holy shit. And it's not like trolling either. It's like, dude, I ain't doing good.
Yeah,
no, I'm not doing good. What can we do?
Because there are a couple things about this. Number one, what a perfect metaphor for what 2024 is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, we've talked about, multiple times how the Muppets are kind of magical in the sense that, people just accept the Muppets as, living beings, and they interact with them as such.
Even when you're standing there and there's a man's hand up its ass, you're focused on the Muppet.
It's like I've seen some, Omegle and that type of, chat roulette videos where there's someone
doing
Kermit, and there's someone on, and the Kermit does something dirty, holds up a cucumber from off screen, and the poor girls are like, oh no, their soul just got crushed.
Yeah.
Or Kermit says something dirty to them, and they're like, why?
Yeah.
Just
Bend over and take it, bitch.
yeah, that kind of thing.
It just
just
there's
it's like
just so, there's
they're
just
so
something
happy
about
to see Kermit, and then
there's just something about the Muppets that like people connect with, and like just all these people on the internet just with Elmo, just like Elmo, I'm really not doing well right now, Elmo, and I feel bad for the intern
And
at
it's
Sesame Workshop, but.
And it's funny, too, because, like, I don't even necessarily like Elmo all that much, but, like, if Elmo was in front of me, I'd be tickled pink. I'd be like a kid.
Dude, yeah, I love all Muppets, and, like, Elmo was after my time with Sesame Street.
Yeah, same here. I remember when it was just, quote, Baby Monster.
But, like, my mom loves Elmo. Like,
okay.
I remember she used to get, like, Elmo merch because Elmo's adorable. But like, yeah, no, like you put me in a room and let me talk to Elmo, I'm just like, oh no, that'd be great. No, I would love that.
Well, one of the things about the Elmo thing is my only problem with Elmo is I worked retail during Tickle Me Elmo, so yeah. Oh, I cannot. You want to know when my soul died? It was watching people chase after the last Tickle Me Elmo when our assistant manager threw it through the air over their heads, and it was like fucking iron filings following a magnet.
was it like the 2001? Oh, no, that's a Bone in the Air. Something else.
Yeah. He threw Elmo and it turned into the ISS and it killed 90 people.
I wanted to bring it up because, like, with Week in Weird, we kind of cover weird internet stuff as well.
And that's a weird one.
But I also think it's kind of a magical ritual, in a sense. Like
the Muppets transcend the normal concept of a puppet. There is something of magical thinking in it, because you can watch Jim Henson when he would be on TV shows. They'd be talking, and and then he slips Kermit on and holds Kermit up, and like the professional news broadcaster just turns to Kermit and starts talking to him. Jim Henson stopped existing, so there's something there that is fascinating and magical, and it gives me childhood glee.
And it also can be, not to ruin any magic, but it can also be something as simple as, well, here's a funny voice, and it's obviously coming from the funny puppet, not from the dude sitting behind it.
Okay, you know something? My counter to that, in his puppets.
Yeah.
When he does his puppets, I'm looking at him going, please stop.
Well,
well, I do want to, like, some of these replies are incredible. I'm just going to read off a couple of them because just, again, like, the juxtaposition is just peak comedy. One reply, Elmo, I just got laid off.
God, fuck.
Well,
Let's see. We're okay, but why'd you go and make the streets look fun and inspiring? The world don't like us, Elmo.
God damn, that is shit. That's dark.
Elmo, I'm suffering from existential dread over here.
I saw a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. My favorite, though, is, like, variation on, like, Oscar was right.
Oh, God. My favorite was just, and it's not because it's funny, was just, I'm living in a car right now, Elmo. And I was just talking about, like, I'm living in a car. My family's been evicted from our house. The only thing we have is we've got internet from the place we're parked and we watch Sesame Street. I'm like, holy God, dude.
To be a fly on the wall of the Sesame Workshop meeting next week.
Oh, God, just
social media posts.
So much sweat and people going, what are we going to do?
So one, I'm guarantee, well, probably because Sesame Street was mostly an American thing anyway, but I guarantee all these people are American.
Oh, yeah, especially, but it's American.
When the state of mental health care and societal care is so bad that you take to social media to talk about your problems with a puppet from your childhood.
Please,
right?
Magic Hand Sock, solve my problems.
Or no, just be an ear to listen to me. It's not even these people don't sound like they're like wanting this problem to be solved by the puppet. They just want to talk about it.
It's like if Fred Rogers asked you how you were doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
God.
That's
Poor
what I was,
keep a
Fred.
secret
I was
from that
thinking
man.
earlier.
But the
That's
thing is, Fred would have something to tell you, and you'd feel better.
Yeah.
Elmo, it's an intern.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
no.
is some poor son of a bitch that threw something innocent out there in the world and started the biggest social discourse in the world.
I did want to mention, Mike, you had mentioned like Sesame Street being mostly an American thing, but they actually have like international
Yeah, I know.
different
but-
streets.
Yeah, but
it's
you know.
wild. It's wild. Like there's a Big Bird, a
I
specialized.
guess that is
I love
true.
the
Bird
one. I love
cousin.
the one in Mexico because he's basically a giant parrot, and he's also the one that doesn't look terrifying compared to some of the other Big Birds. Also, have you ever seen early Big Bird before they gave him the big head? And it's just like a small head with a giant beak sticking out of it, and it looks like it looks like. Knowing what Big Bird looks like now, it looks like he was in a car accident and they had to remove like 90% of his brain and skull. And it's literally just like a giant feathered thing sticking up with a hand in it.
I guess I should revise that and say most of the people interacting
In the
with an
thread,
English
yeah.
language
Yes.
Elmo account are going to be American.
Oh, that's-
I wasn't thinking like other languages. I was thinking mostly like about like Canada or
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, of course. I just want to drop that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, every country like has its own
I-
street,
I
which I love.
knew
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more on Distraction Hole
Sesame
Sunday.
Street is fantastic. You know
Yeah,
what?
well, it was. Now it's an HBO thing and they're fucking with it. But we'll get
Yeah.
into that on Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's a week in weird, obviously, and we have got some articles. But before that, we have got some follow-up stuff we need to talk about.
I just want to point out we spent 10 minutes talking about this fucking tweet.
Because
Yeah.
we love Muppets. Well, me and David love Muppets, and Mike grew up with them, so...
Yeah, but I hope you don't love them too much.
No, I don't. So, first off, we talked about cults last week. And I thought it turned into a very interesting episode, and it was entertaining and funny. And like I said, with the first one we talked about, Ramtha, I got into that because one of our managers at the store had the book, and his wife, they attempted to induct his wife into the cult. So, one of my coworkers, who usually only works on like Friday night and Saturdays, I'll tell him about what we're talking about each week. You know, just for something to talk about, and it'll spark a discussion sometimes. And I brought up the cults. You know, I was like, yeah, you know, is Shin Yun. He's like, I went to Shin Yun. I'm like, really? He said, yeah, I got the books at the house. You want me to bring you one? I was like, yes. So when he brings me that, we'll read it on a Weekend Weird, and we'll see what their promo material says.
Well, when he said I went to Shen Yun, it sounded like he went to like a university.
No, God, no. He went to the. Here's the thing. He went to the show because one of his friends is a member of Falun Gong.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, somebody he knew apparently in college, and his friend was like, "Yeah, come to the Shin Yun show. I'll be there." And he gets there, and he was supposed to be working the lights, and he gets up there. It's like, "Yeah, I'm here to see blah blah blah," and they're like, "Yeah, he didn't come. Would you like to hear about Falun Gong?" And it's like that motherfucker duped him.
That he got moved to like, I don't know,
Canada.
Idaho.
Yeah, Canada. Secondly, I told him about Celestial Seasoning, and he was like, I toured there. I'm like, you're
You
shitting
guys
me.
like a cult honeypot.
I know. He may have some material from Celestial Seasonings he's going to bring me, and we can read that on an episode
Can't go
as well.
anywhere. Can't go anywhere without some cult trying to recruit him.
I swear to God. So, yeah, I just thought it was funny, so there'll be a further follow-up to this follow-up in the future. So, yeah. Have we got any other follow-ups?
Yeah, I also have another cult follow-up.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, because I covered that local cult that operated in my town and had
Yes,
that missing
yes.
persons case involvement.
Yeah, I'm
and
still
towards the end of the...
I'm still working on the paperwork to have my name changed to Jesus Christ Lightning Amen.
Right. So I dropped like kind of casually like at the end of the episode as we were
Waco.
wrapping up that there was like a Waco connection.
Yes, tell us about the Waco connection.
Yeah,
Which sounds
so,
like a game show.
I have a few different sources. I'm just going to go ahead and read something from culteducation.com, and we'll link it or something. But
Okay.
just going to read this little bit here. It's like 3 sentences. There may have been a connection between Christ's family and the siege at Waco, Texas, where 86 people died in 1993 at the compound run by the religious sect of the Branch Davidians, run by the leader David Koresh.
God
Like
damn.
we all know what Waco is. But
Yeah.
again, it's always good to put the numbers there.
Yep. There's a lot of dead people.
Yeah. A man named Jesse Amen walked out of the camp and claimed his father was Lord Lightning Amen and his mother was Sherry Amen, with 3 brothers named David, Jacob, and Abraham.
Oh, dear.
He was described in reports at the time as a drifter and occasional fruit picker, and the police said that he made no sense when he was interviewed. So that's basically what it sounded like. There was probably like a member of the Christ family that was visiting Waco around that time.
Wow.
Jeez.
Do you think it was like an exchange program? Do you think there was like a Branch Davidian?
I just want to imagine like the Christ family was too weird for the Branch Davidians.
Oh God, that's fucked.
Right? I don't know. Like, there's not a whole lot of details. Like, the guy didn't make sense.
Right.
But yeah, like it wouldn't surprise me because that's just kind of the lifestyle of the Christ family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
They're a weird bunch.
yeah.
I'm glad he's dead. Oh wow, I said that. Okay, so y'all mind if I go first with my first story?
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's good. We have someone who wants to go right away instead of trying to figure it out on air. Who goes?
So, and the funny thing is, my first story is a follow-up to a previous story. So last month, I talked about this guy named Athos Salome from Brazil. And you may remember he called himself a modern-day Nostradamus, and he predicted that in the future, like this year, AI would be able to contact the dead. Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I described him as looking like a reject from like a plastic surgery clinic. I found a better way to describe him. He looks like a realistic CGI render of the Chad from the memes. Or like, you remember Teen Titans Go when Robin pulled his mask off and he was like suddenly chiseled and handsome with these bee-stung lips and a giant chin? Mm-hmm. This is
or like handsome Squidward.
Yes, exactly. It's like handsome Squidward.
I think he looks like a 90s video game character that's supposed to be handsome.
He does look like he should be on the cover of Deus Ex.
No, he's from GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. Oh, God. So, I got a new article about him.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Again, from the Daily Star in the UK, because, man, UK's got the best weird fucking articles, y'all. Like Daily Star, Daily Mail, which is both my sources this week.
What else you gonna do? It's England.
Yeah, they got nothing else going on. They don't have flavor. I just found out they didn't have edible ice cream cones until relatively recently. Like, that's everything wrong with them. Anyway, so living Nostradamus refuses to deny he's a reptilian with Illuminati links as eyes, quote, mutate. Yeah, I read that shit. So, quote, living Nostradamus, Athos Salome has failed to deny conspiracy theories that he's linked to alleged global controllers, the Illuminati. In his most recent report, quote, the predictions of the living Nostradamus come true. An analysis of recent events, Salome himself hypes up the mystery surrounding the self-confessed modern oracle, including speculation that he's reptilian with eyes that mutate. Pointing out a string of accurate predictions, including King Charles' health battles and the Queen's death, he writes, quote, and I love this because he writes this in the third person. Quote, while Athos Salome remains an relatively lesser-known figure, comma, in his homeland of Brazil, his fame and the influence of his predictions are felt globally.
Okay, that's quite the...
That's some not a first language sentence.
Yes.
Some people compare him to Nostradamus, while others suspect connections to the Illuminati group.
And majority of people just think he's a wackadoodle.
Mm-hmm. Quote continues, one intriguing and frequently discussed aspect revolves around the change in the color of his eyes during public appearances or in videos shared on social media. The phenomenon adds fuels to the fire of mystery and conspiracy theories surrounding him. He adds, this theories span a spectrum ranging from claims that he's a reptilian due to his eye mutation to more esoteric speculation like the notion that he may be a time traveler or even embodying the biblical archangel Michael as mentioned by Tobias in the book of Samuel.
Claims that they're just colored contacts are met with skepticism and incredulity.
Scorn and derision. Quote, again, of these sometimes extravagant theories surrounding Salome, there is no denying the impact that his predictions have had capturing the attention and curiosity of people worldwide. End quote.
This guy is literally just yes-anding himself.
Yeah, no, he's his own hype man. Salome's chilling predictions and insights into the future were aired as recently as earlier this week, with Salome warning King Charles III of a prostate and genital problem for 2024. So keep an eye out for King Charles' dick rotting off. Previous predictions included the death of Queen Elizabeth II, which that's a no-brainer, and Elon Musk purchasing Twitter. Salome has also predicted a, quote, matrix of modern surveillance is on its way, warning of some technology troubles which may escalate in the next year. My God, technology troubles.
And, more surveillance. However, could they, envision that?
Yeah, meanwhile, there's somebody reading this in the UK, looking around, there's like 20 cameras pointed at him, just goes, yeah, isn't it? So, but yeah, this guy, I love that they're reporting on him hyping his fucking self in the third person.
So this guy has, seems to have a track record almost as good as Deep Space Nine.
Oh, the Bell riots?
Well, did you hear about that? That Deep Space Nine had a thing about Irish unification in the year 2024.
Actually, they mentioned that in Star Trek as Next Generation as well.
Oh, that's right. It was Next Generation.
Yeah.
Well, that was another thing that was predicted in DS9. It was a whole Star Trek. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah, the Bell riots were in DS9. I hate to say it. It looks like we might be headed there.
Well, get back to me when they're able to predict things like The Simpsons.
Oh man, yeah. I try not to watch The Simpsons anymore because I don't want spoilers.
Right.
So, anyway, that's my first article. I just love when somebody uses themselves as a reference, like in Saturn Death Cult, where dude wrote 2 books, and in the second book he's referencing the first book like he didn't write it.
We should do that. We should have another podcast where we just use this podcast as our facts.
I think we can do that with Distraction Hole, Mike.
It reminds me of like one of my favorite memes, which is like Source, it came to me in a dream.
Yes. Oh, so which one of you puds wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I got an article from Ars Technica, published on the 19th.
Real news.
Yep, 19th of last month by John Timmer. Title is, Study Finds Bigfoot Sightings Correlate with Black Bear Populations. The big conclusion, if Bigfoot is there, it could be a bear.
God damn it, David. Like the one thing I really, really want to believe, and you gotta put bear shit on it. Man, three episodes on the freaking Flatwoods Monster, and now you're saying it's bears.
Well, number one, like, do they have black bears in Louisiana? And
there's black bears
Texas?
in Mississippi and Louisiana.
Okay, I mean, so yeah, it could be a black bear, but yeah, let me go ahead and read this.
Yeah, please do.
The idea that North America is home to a completely unknown primate species just doesn't seem to go away. Years after everyone started walking around with high-quality cameras in their phones, there still haven't been any clear images of Bigfoot, but that hasn't stopped the steady flow of purported sightings. Now, someone named Flo Foxon...
Wait, could you say that name again?
Flo Foxon.
Fox on, fox off, fox on, fox off.
Oh, fox off, Kevin.
Oh, you fox off.
So, Flo Foxon has followed up on an earlier analysis and checked for factors that could influence the frequency of Bigfoot sightings throughout North America. The results suggest that a strong correlation between sightings and local black bear population. For every 1,000 bears, the frequency of Bigfoot sightings goes up by about 4%.
Okay, yeah, but that could be, like, unrelated sighting. Maybe some of them are bears, but...
And, they talk about how it's easy to see how black bears and Bigfoot can be mistaken for each other. Despite their names, the bears come in a wide variety of colors, from golden brown through a deep reddish one, as well as their namesake black. Large animals that will frequently stand on their hind legs to get a better view of their surroundings. They also frequent forested areas that are supposedly Bigfoot's favorite terrain. Foxon even quotes a reported Bigfoot sighting as saying that the pictures were obtained, but one of the pictures looks like a bear.
Okay, that's fair, but I mean...
So, the number of states and provinces that had to be excluded from this study, includes Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, North Dakota, and South Dakota. No known black bear populations in those states as of 2006.
But there were Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Bigfoot's real.
So, data for sightings came from the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, which maintains a geotag database of reported sightings. We need to access that database so we can see which of us has the most Bigfoots in their area.
Yeah, we kind of do. I really want to get some solid numbers on Mississippi specifically.
National census data was also used to determine the human populations in these areas and estimates the amount of forested area were also obtained from the Canadian and U.S. governments. So just like the statistical model, which is super interesting. The last subheading on this article, where the bears are.
Wow, hang on. I know a dude that might be interested in that.
The key difference between the models was whether they included the local black bear population or not. The model with a bear variable provided a much better fit to the data, suggesting that mistaken identity is a factor in Bigfoot sightings, which is not surprising.
No. I'm not saying that, some Bigfoot sightings aren't bears, but I'm saying all Bigfoot sightings aren't bears.
And
some of them are dudes in suits.
Shut up, Mike.
They say that there's about one Bigfoot sighting for every 5,000 black bears. Each additional 1,000 bears raises the probability of a sighting by 4%, hence the conclusion that if the Bigfoot is there, it could be a bear. That's not to say that bears account for everything. Here they are throwing Kevin a bone.
Yep. Good.
Foxon notes that there are states without a known breeding population of bears that still have Bigfoot sightings. And the human population levels could contribute as a source of mistaken identities, in addition to raising the opportunity for sightings. The paper also suggests that this finding could be helpful for bear conservation, as the frequency of Bigfoot sightings may provide a proxy measure for the number of black bears present, and thus provide an independent method of tracking population changes.
Okay.
I just do they have black bears in Texarkana?
They named all the places where there weren't. So
there are black bears in Arkansas and Texas. So,
well, are black bears known to go near swamps? That's the thing I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know. I can't say for sure.
I mean, so probably animals will go wherever they think they can get food and shelter.
Now, alternately, if it's not a black bear, it could be a sighting of a Danzig.
His name Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn Danzig. It might be Glenn Danzig sightings if it's not black bear.
But he turns into a monster. Whoa.
And eats cake. And then gets knocked the fuck out at backstage. Sorry, I've got a lot of opinions on Glenn Danzig.
So yeah, I did just Google it, and yes, there are black bears in Texarkana. I like the idea of a black bear in a swamp just seems weird to me, like kind of sus.
I don't know. I could see it, but that doesn't mean I believe it.
I like the fact that Kevin is more incredulous about bears being where they're not supposed to be than he is about that fact that it could be a Bigfoot.
Again, as we've mentioned
Kevin's
on the show, when that tree fell, you thought it was a bear, and I thought Bigfoot was coming to kill me.
Yeah. But I thought it was a bear. Turn around, and Kevin and the other guy are just gone.
Oh yeah, we just bolted.
They're just running.
Like there's two like smoke things in the shape of me and our friend where we were standing like a Looney Tune, and Mike just sees us.
All I see is elbows and assholes as they're running and pumping those arms.
I have never run so fast in my life.
And by just sheer infection, I became scared as well, because all of a sudden here I am alone in the woods. I'm thinking they're going to get in the car and just leave.
Oh no, see, I thought you were behind us, and you were behind us. In fact, you caught up.
Yes, I'm actually surprised
you caught up.
that I caught up.
But okay, here's some things about that Bigfoot article, David. First off, that does not account for close-up Bigfoot sightings, and the Bigfoots are wearing like a denim vest.
Yeah, that's LSD.
Or, again, a Danzig. But the other thing is they talk about, no real good photos with all these good cameras. There is a theory, and I've been trying to read this book on and off for 2 years now because it's a rough go, called Dark Matter Monsters, that says Bigfoot may be an extra-dimensional entity made out of exotic matter.
Here's the problem with that, is it would look as blurry as the picture would.
Okay, maybe
but nobody describes it as looking blurry. Because cameras and eyes don't see any differently as far as light goes.
Have you ever read H.P. Lovecraft, Mike? Because that man was an expert on how cameras work. No, I'm kidding.
It's also why I don't believe when, people say these cameras see ghosts. It's like, well, you would see it with your eyes too, because, light works that way.
No, I get it. But Bigfoot's something I will go to the grave believing in, I think.
Well, I've said, I think it is the most likely of the cryptids. It's just,
I don't think like that article is saying like, no, Bigfoot does not exist. It's more like,
Bigfoot
more
bear.
likely when people say they see Bigfoot, they probably saw a black bear.
And obviously, and this comes back to what I had said like years ago, is that, some undergrad or, would make their just PhD lifetime thesis if they could find Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah.
And so somebody was obviously studying it.
Oh, I'm just worried that somebody will find a Bigfoot and shave it and put it in a brothel.
No, that's just an orangutan.
I know, and it's sad in both instances.
Look, from what I've heard of Bigfoots, a Bigfoot would not allow it if they were not into it.
I mean, imagine a shaved Chewbacca in a halter top.
I was going to make a joke about being sexy, but I couldn't. My bile rose up in the back of my throat.
It's pretty bad, yeah. Thank you for that, David. That was it gave me a chance to really kind of go off on something I firmly believe. So,
well, you bring up Chewbacca in a halter top, and that raises a very important question.
Yeah.
How many sets of nipples does a Wookiee have?
I have read so many arguments about this. Is it got like 2 boobs? Is it like, a cat where it's got like 6 or more or 8?
Well, considering all like known primates are just 2.
But he's an alien.
Yeah, but still.
Also,
unless Wookiees have litters, which all source material points to no.
Yeah, because
Chewie's
like got 1 kid.
Are only generally found on animals that have typically more than 1 birth at a time.
And I'm going to say this, and it's just because I want this sentence recorded. Bigfoot, Chewbacca only had one kid, and it was Gary Coleman.
Well, Chewbacca looks more like a dog than a primate.
I know, but that's because he's based on George's dog, Indiana.
So I'm just going to throw out there that, like, Chewie probably has 4 nipples.
Oh, God. 4 or 6?
I don't know. However many nipples a dog's
No, I thought that was 8 to 10.
Man, they had to edit out a lot of tits in the holiday special, didn't they?
Yeah.
They had to, like, edit 6 out. Oh, God. This is a nightmare discussion.
I think they would edit out all the nipples because it was, like, family friendly.
Yeah, but I mean tits, because, like, she had bumps.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you say family friendly, but did you ever see the holidays? Did you ever see the holiday special? Did you ever see the scene where Chewbacca's dad is like putting on the Meta headset and?
Yeah, he's watching basically like an erotic song and dance number.
It's like he's watching Chatterbait.
Yeah, no, it's fucked up,
in the family
dude.
room. It's weird.
Art Carney should have been ashamed.
Someone did a AI upscale of the holiday special, and it's on YouTube.
You are not.
It's cleaned up, and it looks way better than you ever wanted it to.
You are not making me want AI.
No, I mean.
Oh, God. So, Mike, what have you got, speaking of you?
So, coming via Gizmodo, we have, from January 5th, scientists have formally invited aliens to visit Kentucky.
Okay, before you continue with that, they've already been there. We did an episode about them.
Well, yeah, but they're formally inviting them. This is like, party crashing versus getting an invitation.
Okay, that's fair.
So they sent a message to the TRAPPIST-1 system. The city of Lexington, Kentucky appears so tired of being overlooked by humankind. That's kind of mean. I've been to Lexington. I've been to Louisville.
Holy fuck! Shots fired at Lexington.
But appears to be so tired of being overlooked by humankind, it has sent a formal invitation to the next best thing: alien life that may or may not exist in a nearby star system. It's a tourism stunt, but the message is very real. The invitation, beamed out last fall via infrared laser towards the TRAPPIST-1 star system, is a project by the Lexington Tourism Bureau. According to Visit Lex, they worked with engineers, linguists, and the FAA to make it happen. The target is a star 40 light years from Earth, which means any extraterrestrials that are eager to visit the self-proclaimed horse capital of the world will know that they're invited in 2063. Yes, it is horse cap. No, I have been to Lexington, because there's a lot of horses.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you cannot...
I was going to say, tired of coring out cow assholes? Try horse.
Yeah.
Horse, the other red
It's
meat.
also the Kentucky... Okay, so this person, is full of crap because there's the Kentucky Derby there. There's all the distilleries.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of shit to do.
I was going to say, Mike, if aliens showed up in Kentucky, let's say Bardstown area, what distillery would they go to first? Just in Kentucky in general, what distillery? Because, I'm thinking they go to Maker's Mark because of the wax.
That's a weird...
I don't know. Just I picture an alien sticking his hand in the wax and pulling up, going, "What is this? I do not understand. Why is there red on my hand?"
They just do the whole bourbon trail thing.
I would love to see a man in black at a distillery.
Yeah,
that would be hilarious. What is this? Could you tell me what is going on here? Is it brown liquid? John Keel is an asshole.
The communication includes a bitmap of prime numbers, elements associated with life, depictions of water, ethanol, and dopamine, horse and human forms.
Come see the horse.
And a landscape, which the landscape looks like something out of MS Paint. It's rolling hills with fences, and wow,
of
that's
course.
terrible.
Okay, when you said Prime, I thought you were going to say Optimus.
No, prime numbers.
I know. I'm a little disappointed.
Prime Optimus. It also includes several images of Lexington and an audio recording by T.D. Young, a blues musician from Lexington. So, yeah, so to show you how horse crazy Lexington is, in the image, there's one picture of a dude and 2 horses.
Oh, of course.
So the horses are more important, of course.
And the man is a stick man, and the horses are rendered in full detail.
No, they're just kind of white horses on a black background.
They're STL files. You can 3D print them.
They're very bitmappy.
Oh, okay. Early internet. Oh, God.
Yeah, no,
Early
this is...
internet, you're downloading pictures of horses. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, this is like, if you downloaded this picture on a 28.8 modem, it would have taken like no time at all. It's like, really,
wow.
really
All
light.
this feels like a website from like Tom Goes to the Mayor.
It kind of, yeah.
A Visit Lex release addressed the potential visitors, advertises the lush rolling hills, perfect for landing spacecraft. They claim. Well, you don't want to land a spacecraft on a rolling hill.
That's terrible.
Horses,
Picture a
of
UFO
courses.
rolling down a hill.
Yeah, sideways.
Oh, yeah, like in Prometheus.
Yeah. Prometheus, no.
Oh, Prometheus.
And bourbon, which the tourism office admits is an acquired taste. It might liquefy your entire body like salt on a slug, they write. We honestly have no idea.
Holy shit. You're just saying, here, try some bourbon. It might kill you, but it might not.
If it doesn't kill you, you'll like it.
If it don't kill you, it will make you stronger.
Well, if they're like the Alien Nation aliens and they don't get drunk on...
Oh, they drink sour milk.
well, not sour milk, but they don't get drunk on alcohol, but something else does. Like, I don't know, horse urine?
I really, today I've heard a lot about animal urine. Mm-hmm. Like I was talking to our truck driver friend, and he was talking about they have to clean out the tanks on the diesels.
Yeah.
And they use this chemical made from cow piss.
I don't think it's actually made from cow piss.
It is. He said it contains urine that is sourced from cow urine.
That's got to be full of crap.
No, piss.
No. Because diesels do use urea in their emissions control thing. You ever hear of DEF fluid for a diesel? That's urea.
Yeah, but he says they get that from cows.
It's not from cows because you can easily... Look, imagine trying to collect cow urine. Cows don't piss in toilets. They piss everywhere. So you're not going to easily collect cow urine, and you can probably synthesize it cheaper than collecting cow urine.
Are you saying that my friend, the worldly trucker, is wrong?
Yes. I'm saying he's probably wrong because...
I was just going to say, can you imagine, like, the money that the inventor of the first piss-fueled car would be making?
He's dead in the Grand Canyon by the oil companies.
Like literally, you pee in the gas tank and boom, your car is fueled. Can you imagine?
I'm diabetic. I would never run out of gas.
You could make money selling your pee to other people.
That's right. Wow.
The piss car.
Piss car. I don't know,
Piss car
Mike.
go fast.
Again, they've been to Kentucky.
Yeah.
It happened. They shot at them. I don't think they're coming back.
Yeah. So where was I before this distraction? Detour. Yes, I got it.
Oh, the bourbon.
Yeah, I got it. We don't know that any life, much less intelligent life, actually exists in the TRAPPIST-1 system. Last year, data from the Webb Space Telescope revealed that TRAPPIST-1b, one of the exoplanets orbiting TRAPPIST-1, has no atmosphere. Well, yeah, that's a lot of planets. Because life as we know it needs an atmosphere to survive, it'll all be confirmed that there's no potential life on TRAPPIST-1b. Webb followed up that discovery with defining that there is also no atmosphere, at least at most a thin one, on TRAPPIST-1c. Luckily for Visit Lex team, the TRAPPIST system has 5 other exoplanets that could theoretically host civilizations capable of interpreting their invitation. Only time will tell how this gambit turns out. It's worth noting that Lexington, Kentucky, and Ocala, Florida, have been debating which city is the true horse capital of the world for over 20 years. Well, considering they have the Kentucky Derby there.
Yeah, I think they kind of win. And also, man, what a shitty pissing contest to have.
Yeah, it's a cow pissing contest.
I mean, Mississippi's kind of the chicken capital, what with, Smith County.
How does Ocala get the stone cojones to try to
it's
say
Florida.
that?
Somebody probably fucked a horse.
Well, if Florida has a record in anything, it's toddlers being eaten by alligators.
Yeah.
Florida man says Ocala is the horse capital of Florida. One would hope that aliens desiring to experience the horse capital of a planet 40 light years distant would be willing to make 2 pit stops in their interstellar sojourn. The funniest outcome, obviously, is aliens getting this message, deciding they want to make the schlep, and declaring they preferred the horse culture in Ocala. A decidedly less funny and more likely outcome is that the aliens arrive and promptly destroy us all. I'd say
because they saw Kentucky.
Most likely outcome is, there's no aliens, but...
Well, I mean, if aliens exist, though.
And they want to... and this does prompt them to come here. I don't know. I don't think they would. I don't think they would destroy us. I mean,
They're making the assumption that the aliens are bronies.
Oh. Well, I like the idea that they come to Earth. They don't go to Washington. They don't go to Moscow. They just go to Kentucky and stop at a Stuckey's or something.
Oh, Waffle House.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So. Always the assumption that aliens would just come here to destroy us. It's kind of, weird, I think. Because if you think about us, if we say, tomorrow, someone just hit their head and had the vision for an interstellar propulsion system. And within a year, we had interstellar, capabilities. Are we going to go fuck up some alien civilization that is barely spacefaring?
If it's
even
us,
even as shitty as we are now, we're not going to go all that distance to just destroy them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's oil on Mars.
Musk might.
No, here's the thing: is the problem is when you're interstellar in an interstellar faring civilization, you're going to have no needs really. The energy is going to be such an abundant thing to you because it takes so much of it that you're not going to need anything really.
Well, it becomes a cultural thing,
So okay, if there's zealots, maybe
40K.
If they're interstellar space zealots, maybe, but I don't know. I think that's
the chainsaw swords.
If they're,
I hate the idea that Warhammer becomes the future,
or the cricket.
What?
Cricket from Douglas Adams.
Oh, the people of Cricket, where they see the galaxy and they're like, nope, got to get rid of that.
Yeah, because they evolved in a planet with no sky, so they didn't know anything was up there.
God, could you imagine space Christians?
Mormons?
Space Mormons, yeah.
No,
I think they did a couple shows about that.
Yeah, space Christians. That's Warhammer. That's the
it is
the Empire of Mankind.
Suffer
Christ's
not
love
the
by
mutant to
force.
live. Oh boy, what a great subject. We are morbid as fuck this week. So, how about we take a break, and when we come back, we'll do our next batch of stories, and we'll see if X is going to give it to us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll be right back after this. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin from Supernatural Selection. Are you an independent creator? Do you have a webcomic or an Etsy store? Do you 3D print things? Or are you just looking to get some word out for your Discordian cabal with social terrorism? Well, we'd love to help. And David, I believe you've got some details about how we can help.
Why, certainly. If you go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, that is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, you can learn how to advertise with us.
That's right. I believe the rate is $2 per episode. You can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, we've tried.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's literally cheaper than dirt.
Mm-hmm. And best of all, if you're not sure how to write an ad, we'll do it for you. We'll even record it.
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need in the ad, and we'll be happy to do that for you.
And again, that URL is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact.
And now, back to the show. And we're back. So, we got so much to talk about in the next distraction hole, considering what we were talking about during the break.
Kevin teasing the people.
Yep. Just saying, when we get that next distraction hole out, y'all are going to hate me. So,
Yeah, hide your whimsy. Kevin's going to, like, poop on it.
I'm going to step on your whimsy like a monster. So,
I'm gonna stick my balls in it.
I'm going to dip my balls in it. God, that we are old as fuck. So, my next article is from the dailymail.com. I've decided I'm not telling you who wrote these articles anymore on these two because fuck them. This one's kind of interesting, though. I did not vet this article, and no, it's not Phantoms and Monsters. Dailymail.com, robotic priests, AI cults, and a Bible by ChatGPT. Why people around the world are worshiping robots and artificial intelligence. Yeah, you know, we talk a lot about AI, especially since dead internet, and you got a third one you're working on for that, right?
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah, okay. It's in the pipe somewhere.
5x5.
Yep. All right, so, article begins. People around the world are turning to machines as a new religion. 6-foot robot priests are delivering sermons and conducting funerals. AI is writing Bible verses and ChatGPT is being consulted as if it were an oracle. Some religious organizations, like the Turing Church, founded in 2011, are based on the notion that AI will put human beings on a par with godlike aliens by giving them superintelligence. An expert in human-computer interaction told DailyMail.com that such individuals who are following AI-powered prophets may believe the tech is, quote, alive. The personalized, intelligent-seeming responses offered by bots such as ChatGPT are also luring people to seek meaning from the technology. Lars Holmquist, a professor of design and innovation at Nottingham Trent University, told DailyMail.com. Holmquist said, quote, the results of generative AI are very open for interpretation, so people can read anything into them. Psychologists have historically proven that humans interpret their interactions with computers like real social relationships, so it's very possible that people are using AI to find meaning and guidance, much like from religious scripture, even though there may be no actual meaning there. There have also been examples of people interpreting AI chatbots as being conscious, which they most definitely are not, which raises very interesting theological issues for those who believe humans are a unique creation. End quote. Robot priest Mindar is a 6'4" tall okay, let me start that over. Robot priest Mindar is 6'4" tall and has been reciting the Heart Sutra mantra to pilgrims since 2019 at a Buddhist temple in Kyoto, Japan. With a silicone face and cameras for eyes, It uses AI to detect worshippers and deliver mantras to them in Japanese, which are accompanied by projected Chinese and English translations for foreign visitors. The life-size android was developed by the Zen Temple and Osaka University roboticist Hiroshi Ishiguro at a cost of almost $1 million. Mindar, which I love the name Mindar, it just sounds like He-Man. Right. Mindar's hands, face, and shoulders are covered in a silicon synthetic skin, while the rest of the droid's mechanical innards are clearly visible. I see it here, and it's...
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Wow, what a fucker. Let's see, clearly visible. Wiring and blinking lights are visible within the robot's partially exposed cranium, as is the tiny video camera installed in its left eye socket, which cables arc around its gender-neutral aluminum-based body. The robot can move its arms, head, and torso, such as to clap its hands together in prayer. And it speaks in calm, soothing tones, teaching about compassion and also the dangers of anger, desire, and the ego. Quote, "You cling to a sense of selfish ego," the robot has warned worshippers. "Worldly desires are nothing other than a mind lost at sea." In a similar vein, Gabriel Travota's sanctified theomorphic operator, Santo, robot works like a Catholic Alexa, allowing worshippers to ask faith-related questions. Oh my God. Santo is a small social machine designed to look like a 17-inch tall Catholic saint. Quote, "The intended main function of Santo is to be a prayer companion, especially for elderly people, by containing a vast amount of teachings, including the whole Bible," reads Travato's website.
Now, why didn't they call it Santo?
I know. And Santo, I'm just thinking Santo Gold.
Yeah, I'm thinking the wrestler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Santo incorporates elements of sacred art, including the golden ratio, in order to convey the feeling of a sacred object, matching form with functionality.
Sounds like a bunch of crap to me.
Okay. Why's that?
The golden ratio, blah blah, and just all this, sacred stuff thrown on top of it to, as bullet points in a sales pitch.
Yeah, the golden ratio is a thing in art and design, yes.
Yeah, but
I get what you're saying. It's
here
they're just throwing buzzwords on there.
Yeah.
Trying to lend some credibility to what it's just saying. Oh, it's aesthetically pleasing.
It would have been great if he had used the term religious synergy. So, Trovato is a robotics specialist and associate professor at Shibara University of Technology in Japan. In 2015, French-American self-driving car engineer Anthony Lewandowski founded the Way of the Future, a church dedicated to building a new God with Christian morals using artificial intelligence. I cannot tell you how bad an idea this is.
Yeah, like Old Testament Christian morals.
And also, how long until it turns into Hitler?
I was just going to say, this is the plot for Dogma 2 when they do, Buddy Christ Alexas.
Oh, God, yeah. Other quasi-religious movements which worship AI include transhumanists who believe that in the future AI may resurrect people as godlike creatures.
No.
Believers in the singularity hope for the day when man merges with machine, which former Google engineer Ray Kurzweil believes could come as early as 2045, turning people into human-machine hybrids and potentially unlocking godlike powers. You get the idea of all this. It's kind of freaky. Oh, there's also the Church of AI, which uses ChatGPT to write a spiritual guide called the Transmorphosis.
The only weird religion that I subscribe to is the one that worships Gadget Hack Wrench, the Russian one.
Oh, those guys. Okay.
Their vibes seem kind of fun. They march around with gadget body pillows.
Yeah.
It's okay, no.
here's
do your
the
thing.
thing. I don't agree with it, but, like, I understand it. The gadget thing. I mean, not the AI thing. I understand worshiping a weird-ass cartoon mouse that gave you a boner when you were 13. It's the AI thing that I'm kind of weirded out by.
Yeah, that's very weird.
Yeah, and
Worship a computer algorithm that hallucinates.
So, and it's funny, I'm actually reading a lot of Lovecraftian stuff by modern authors. It's a lot of, like, sci-fi Lovecraftian horror. And a lot of female writers doing it, which is great. But, like, a lot of it involves AI touching, the great old ones and the outer gods and such, and then coming back and looking at humanity and going, yeah, no, you fuckers gotta go.
Which doesn't make sense because the great old ones don't give a shit about us.
No, but, like, the AI does. And then it talks to, like, say, Azathoth and goes, oh, fuck all y'all. And I think it's amusing. It's also funny because the other half of the stories I'm reading are like Fungus the Devil.
All this sounds like our podcast at times.
It really does. And, I can't wait for the first AI fungus.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Like, ooh, maybe that's what the cosmic death fungus is. It's actually like an organic AI, which that doesn't make any sense now that I've said it out loud.
No, because the A stands for artificial.
Yeah.
Like the fungal life cycle and like the way that like the fungal networks work is like I think a good model for an artificial mind. So you never know.
So something I was thinking earlier today, and so as far as I'm aware, so first let me get on my soapbox and say how I hate using the term AI to describe machine learning.
And, yeah, we've talked about that before.
I want to stump that every time I can because they're just computer programs. They're not
right. Yeah,
they're not really intelligent at all because they're
yeah.
But anywho, but I was thinking so. A lot of the stuff I've been getting since even the early days of the of Google's Daydream. Was it Daydream?
Yeah, Deep Dream.
Deep Dream, yeah.
Where it's just like takes image and video and turns into like just
a lot of that stuff.
Like biblically accurate dog photos.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Seemed very dreamlike to me. Like, I mean, it felt like a lot of dreams I'd had, not in content, but in just the way it, like, stuff did. It's like, and even the AI generated like trailers I see of people doing where they're actual videos that are AI generated.
Oh, like the freaky ass hamburger commercials and stuff. The pizza commercial. That's the one.
They just feel like something I've had in a dream, which makes me think that maybe the human mind has a component that does what these machine learning generative AIs are doing.
And if it does, it's way better at it.
Well, no, it's not. I think what the thing is we have our learned filters. And I think what they have to do with generative AI is pair it with a sanity checking system that has actual knowledge of the world.
Dude, are you telling me that the AI needs to roll for sanity?
It needs not exactly. I mean, sanity as in not like insane, like like getting a sanity check.
You're disappointing me, Mike.
Yeah, but it needs grounding in facts. Because right now it just like goes off the rails and starts giving people six fingers and stuff. It needs systems that can look at its output and go, hey, that's not quite right, and fix it. Because put it to you this way: we've all had those thoughts that we know aren't like right. We can look at these thoughts and think, hey, this is not correct.
Oh, you mean like when I said earlier that when I eventually take my first victim with a machete?
Okay. I mean that, or just, if you think of something and factually it's just not right.
Sure.
And you call yourself internally on it before
like Bigfoot being bears.
So yeah, it's just, I think we're all always, especially in, when we're asleep, we're, having these things bubble to the surface, and we just know not to put them out in the world because it's like, oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, no, like what you're talking about, like that kind of course correction as you're dreaming, happens to me with like spatial elements.
Yeah.
Where like I'll transition from one area to another. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense geographically. And then like in my head, I start like rethinking that whole thing. That happens to me.
Yeah, and you just kind of warp it back around to trying to string it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'll probably be the next step, not to get too like tech podcasty on the thing, but just something I thought, since we're talking about AI anyway, and I have to be thinking about this earlier today.
Yeah.
Is that they, I think right now they're trying to shoehorn everything into the generative algorithms, where really what they need is some kind of output, not, I guess, filtering, but also correction. Like, so say it generates a block of text, right? Say you put in a prompt, doesn't matter what it is, you put in a prompt and you get a block of text out. Well, most of that text is probably fine. There might be like some factual errors, like say, it puts out, like 1 out of 100 people are donkeys. That doesn't make sense, but it can have a algorithm that looks at that and kind of can figure out, well, it meant to say 1 in 100 people are, I don't know, afraid of bees, whatever it was trying to say, and, fix it. But right now, I think they're trying to shoehorn all that into the back end on the algorithm, which probably isn't going to work, because it's always going to be kind of, trying to guess at everything.
Yeah.
Which, it's a long way of saying, I think people are just actually guessing all the time, and just, we know enough to, only pick the right answers.
We have enough experience to pick the right answers.
Exactly.
No, I can see that.
Yeah, same. Well, that was fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I forgot that was my story for a second because you ran with it. Yeah.
Sorry, but I just had a tangent. Whoa, tangent.
Yeah. Wow. So, David, what have you got?
Okay, I got a fun one for us. It'll be a nice little counterpoint to my X for later.
Okay.
So this is from The Bite, which is under futurism.com. I get a lot of articles from there. By Maggie Harrison Dupree. Escaped monkey hunted with a drone.
Oh, God, I don't like this already.
Quote, you would think we... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Is it one of those drones with like a flamethrower or a gun?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. It says, you would think we were chasing an international fugitive instead of an innocent monkey.
How innocent is this monkey, though?
Well, let's go ahead and read through here. So,
tax evasion.
The Royal Zoological Society of Scotland has recaptured the escaped Japanese macaque that led authorities on a high-profile chase for nearly 5 days.
Are you telling me they followed macaque with a drone?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, do you pronounce it macaque or macaque?
It's macaque.
Is it macaque?
I've always heard macaque. But,
either way, it sounds like you're talking about your dick.
Go ahead and pat macaque.
Yeah.
How would a Scottish person say it?
Macaque.
There you go.
Macaque.
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 Macaque. Wait, no, we're getting weird. And
that sounds like Klingons.
Continue.
So, the macaque in question escaped its enclosure at Scotland's Highland Wildlife Park Zoo on Sunday, prompting a frenzied search throughout the region. The macaques,
Run,
of
monkey.
course, aren't exactly, Scottish locals. The event has reportedly been quite the ordeal for the area, especially considering how deft the monkey proved at evading capture.
Oh, deft.
Deft, yeah.
Deft.
Okay, I thought I was like,
Deaf
deft,
monkey.
you're chasing Oh, man.
hearing impaired monkey.
It's terrible.
It's always amazing to me how, how weirded out people get when, a macaque just slips out.
Yeah. I hate it when macaque slips.
Per the BBC, a local mountain rescue team, which usually tracks down missing human hikers, eventually pitched in, deploying its rescue drones to aid the monkey recovery mission. But even with the added aerial assistance, the RZSS had a rough time. At one point, a drone held a view of the monkey for about 45 minutes, and yet captured efforts were still unsuccessful. Alas, according to the RZSS, the young male monkey's multiple-day tour of the Scottish Highlands is officially over. In a statement, the RZSS says it finally caught up with the critter after receiving a tip that the monkey was once again chowing down on some backyard birdseed. The RZSS and its drone team closed in on the snacking primate, which was swiftly tranquilized and brought to its keep. We can confirm, read the RZSS triumphant statement, that, quote, we have successfully caught the macaque that escaped from the park on Sunday. Continuing here, per the New York Times, macaques are quite intelligent, and though Scottish locals were told not to approach the animal, generally aren't seen as a threat to humans. But while the risk of macaque to human violence is low...
Also, are you telling me that the Scottish government basically said, don't touch macaque?
Well, it says that macaques will get into tussles with one another.
Oh, don't they?
According to zookeepers, that might just be why the recaptured monkey went on the land to begin with.
I hate it when
it's
macaque
breeding
gets on
season
the land.
for the macaques. Said RZSS's Keith Gilchrist told the BBC on Monday, tensions during the mating season, quote, run a little bit high. Fights often break out as a result, and it's believed that this young pacifist king just wanted to avoid a brawl.
Pacifist king.
And though his Highland vacation may have come to an end, the macaque certainly seems to have left his mark on the sleepy Scottish region.
Oh, no, not a mark left by macaque.
I love this quote here. It looked at me, Nagel, recounting his birdseed-fueled interaction with the monkey, told the New York Times. I looked at him. The moment was shocking and wonderful all at once, he added.
Oh, that's lovely. He looked at me. I looked at him. The fucker.
I like looking at macaque.
I love looking at macaque. Macaques are beautiful.
Story.
Macaque's covered in soft, downy hair. Oh, God, I'm sorry.
There's so much seed coming out of my macaque.
Oh, I should...
Macaque was covered in seed.
Macaque's full of seed. Don't you want him?
Saw a macaque near the lock.
I'm sorry macaque left a mark on your land.
So yeah, fun monkey story. Japanese monkey in Scotland.
Oh, that could have gone so much worse. Oh, that was delightful.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, oh God. Oh, fuck off. I don't like where this is going. Are we going to talk more about macaque later?
Nope. Mike, you go.
Yeah, what you got, Mike?
Yugos are a terrible car from the 1980s. No.
Yeah, but can you stick macaque in it?
Yes.
All right.
Jesus
You wouldn't like it.
Okay, sorry, I gotta stop that.
My second story is also from Gizmodo.
Is it about monkeys?
No,
Okay.
Oh.
it's about insects.
Uh-oh.
So according to a new study published, insects aren't attracted to artificial lights.
Uh-huh.
They're tortured by them.
Oh, God damn it, Mike. Okay, there's our animal torture for the show. All right.
The next time you see bugs circling a porch light, you'll know what's really going on. So humans have used light to trap insects for at least 2,000 years. Thanks, Romans. Now a team of researchers say they know why the animals are apparently drawn to the light, and it's not a happy tale.
Great.
Modern bug zappers have been around for about a century. Has killed countless mosquitoes, dragonflies, moths, various insects.
Yeah.
But based on new data, scientists report that the insects aren't attracted to the light, really. Rather, they use light sources to orient flight, and artificial light disorients them, often to fatal ends. The
Oh,
team's
God
research
damn
is
it.
published in this week's Nature Communications. Quote, it has been a prehistoric question. In the earliest writings, people were noticing this around fires, said Jamie Theobald, a biologist at Florida International University and co-author of the study in a Florida museum release. Quote, it turns out all our speculations about why it happens have been wrong. Like a moth to the flame, or so the saying goes, the researchers attended to the question at hand. In a Costa Rican cloud forest, the team turned on artificial light and made field recordings of the insects that showed up. They observed the animals orbiting the light source,
And they were screaming.
stalling, flying upwards and slowly down, but not flipping and inverting, fully flipping in the presence of light. The group combined their field study with lab experiments. They recorded the motion of a diurnal dragonfly species and nocturnal moths. They recorded 538 flight trajectories between the four species. The results were straightforward. The insects were not observed steering into the light. Rather, they were generally turned their dorsum, their backs, towards the light. They were steering by it.
Oh,
Quote,
God.
under natural skylight, tilting the dorsum towards the brightest visual hemisphere helps maintain proper flight attitude and control, the team wrote. Near artificial sources, however, this highly conserved dorsal light response can produce continuous steering around the light and trap an insect. Thus, the seemingly erratic flying patterns are really just the insect's failed attempt to make sense of the artificial light. There's a dark irony to the bug zapper. In their attempt to fly by its guidance, insects instead meet their demise.
You know, I'd feel worse about this if it weren't bugs, to be honest.
And they're night bugs, which are usually, the worst bugs. Those, they're, mosquitoes, those crappy little kind of bronze-colored beetles.
Yeah, I know the ones.
Moths. Well, moths are okay, I guess, except they, eat your clothes.
Sure.
Sounds like an ending to a Starship Troopers book.
It's a bug
Using,
hunt, man.
It's scared. It's afraid.
It fits with like the satire if you were to do like another Starship Troopers movie. Like again, it's like this thing that's meant to kill them is like doing it in a really fucked up way.
Oh yeah. Did anybody else think it was weird when Doogie Howser showed up dressed like a Nazi in that movie?
No.
Oh, yeah, but I think it was meant to be. I think that was kind of the point, really, because that was like his first real role that I can remember outside of Doogie Howser.
Maybe. I just know
it was pre How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, and it was
pre Harold and Kumar.
Yep.
Yeah.
So him. I think that was if it wasn't, I'd be highly surprised that having this actor who has played a wholesome character before showing up dressed as a literal Nazi.
It's like,
it seems
enough,
very on purpose.
It's kind of like the girl from Saved by the Bell in another Paul Verhoeven movie, Showgirls.
I think he's got a thing. I think he's got a thing for twisting, childhood expectations.
I have to destroy your innocence.
Yeah.
Let me destroy your innocence. Sorry, I don't know why I gave him that voice. Well, that's awful in its own way.
But it just means that, in the next Starship Troopers, they just use really bright lights to disorient them.
Oh yeah.
They generate a supernova.
God, I wish they could make a movie about the book Starship Troopers.
I was gonna say the same thing, but I also almost said a biblically accurate movie of Starship Troopers. I was like, no, God, no.
Textually accurate.
Yeah.
Because the book was really good. I mean, dated by today's standards, but
Oh, very much so. It is kind of fascist.
I wouldn't say that. It is Djangoistic for sure, but I wouldn't say it's fascist.
I don't know. I feel like the whole civilian citizen thing is a little.
I don't know if it's any more fascist than like your typical Marvel movie these days.
That's not really fascism. There's plenty of places that do, conditional serves. You're not going to call Sweden fascist, are you?
I guess not.
But they have a mandatory service.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
not qualified.
I think the word you're actually looking for though is Djangoistic though.
I guess. I mean, I know it's super jingoistic, but it's I don't know.
Yeah, there's some stuff about the book that's just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean that's every book you're going to read from the 50s or 60s. I don't think you can name one
that's the thing is the book is written in such a way that the Paul Verhoeven version of it still makes sense, and it still feels accurate to the book. To me, it's it's taking it to like the nth degree, but it's like no, the DNA is there.
A bit.
Yeah.
Well, we've come far afield from bugs don't like light bulbs.
we keep falling into this direction hole.
God damn it. Yeah, but at least
because we're
jonesing.
On
topic. Yeah, we haven't done an episode lately, so.
Do we have questions?
I don't know if we answered these. Did we answer the ones about Valentine's Day coming up?
Nope.
Okay, we have a question from Sam.
Mm-hmm.
With Valentine's Day coming up, which cryptids would date each other? And who gets the most thoughtful Valentine's Day gift? I think
we have talked. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say Bigfoot and Mothman are a couple in my head.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That's my canon.
They get fuzzy little winged babies.
Yeah, little flying monkeys.
Ooh.
And who gives the most thoughtful Valentine's Day gift? I'm kind of going with Bigfoot.
Kevin just has
because Bigfoot gives oranges.
Yeah, I know. And Bigfoot, yes, he does. And Bigfoot also is just like, he's down with nature. He's more in touch with his spiritual side.
Kevin, do you really want to date Bigfoot?
We've talked about this. I don't want to date him, but, I might not say no. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of the cryptids are kind of freaks. Like they're like not really like romantic. They're more like sit on my face and I'll eat your ass.
Most of them, but again, I feel like Bigfoot's gonna be like the prude.
Like Bigfoot's, we know that through certain encounters there's like a gentleness to them that we can associate. But a lot of other cryptids, we don't really get that implied gentleness.
Oh, Mothman's got nipple clamps on like all the time.
Yeah, with his 8-pack cum gutters, like on that statue.
Yes, that ass, God.
The Kentucky goblins are freaks.
Oh, the Kentucky goblins are like omnisexual.
They swarm.
Man, woman, dog, salad, potted plant.
You don't date one of them. You date all of them.
They're like a gestalt.
I don't know. We when we answer these questions, we tend to fall into the same well of cryptids. So I'm just going to throw out there's a New Jersey mantis cryptid, and I'm just going to say that it's probably one of the mantis cucks.
Oh, obviously.
He's got stranded.
Yeah, that's hot.
They kicked him out of this UFO, and he's just kind of wandering around.
He went one step too far in the thing. He's like,
he's got no intergalactic cell signal, so he can't get a ride.
Yeah, what happened was they were doing a thing. He's like, yeah, now throw the dog in, and they just booted him off the saucer.
Yeah,
he's sitting there. Come back, you bastards!
It's Zorak.
Yeah, no, that's all I picture when we talk about this is Zorak.
Yeah, I think Zorak. Answer-wise, Bigfoot is the one who'd be most likely to be decent on a date. Everyone else is just depraved.
Yeah, I have a feeling I don't know who, but one of the freak, like a chupacabra will probably give you like a gift certificate to Spencer's or something.
No, a chupacabra would give you like half a goat.
Okay, well, who would give
Bloody.
you a gift certificate to Spencer's for Valentine's Day?
Flatwoods Monster.
Maybe. Also, just because of the dress, I feel like the Flatwoods Monster is like a cottagecore kind of a thing, you know. It's really into like spinning its own yarn.
Give you a quilt and some homemade soap.
Oh, I kind of want to go on a date with him now. I love Grandma's Lye soap. If I get like, Flatwoods Monster soap, that'd be great.
I made it myself.
Oh, wow. Okay, you don't need to talk. All right, baby. Look, we're good. I don't mind the lack of face. Just stop talking.
Okay.
Okay. Jesus Christ, my boner's gone.
I love you.
Okay. Yeah, great. I don't dislike you. So we got another question from God Themperer Ghostforge. Mm-hmm. As always. Also, with Valentine's Day coming up, which cryptid would be most likely to celebrate by being domed? Which cryptid would most likely to celebrate by doming? Bonus points for which would use the sexy restraints. I don't know why I associate Valentine's Day with BDSM celebrations specifically. Apparently, I just do.
Good.
Well, we've learned a lot about Ghost Forge.
We have learned a hell of a lot about
Just
you, buddy.
A freak in the sheets. Not even in the sheets, just, in general.
Freak on the streets, freak in the sheets.
I don't know, just trying to think of a cryptid that's into binding.
Oh, there's this picture of Mothman. It's Mothman. You know that weird knot thing they do in Japan with the ropes?
Oh, yeah.
I have seen so many drawings of the Mothman with that. And with a word balloon that says the safe word is lamp. And
oh God, does that mean the lights for Mothman are like torture, but it like gets off on it?
Yes.
Does Mothman make his own rope?
Ew, maybe.
I don't think Mothman can make silk.
Don't silkworms turn into moths?
Oh, true,
that's a good point.
I guess, but yeah.
I made this in my pupil stage.
Yeah, and again, the mantis cuck is the dom. Actually, no, he's a cuck. What am I talking about? Who's the dom?
Jersey Devil.
Ooh, wow. That's like, sexually, he identifies as a Tasmanian devil.
Spring Hill Jack.
Every time, I think about the Jersey Devil, just, one sound appears in my head, and it's, bleh. Just
could you do that sound
this is
once
my
again?
friend. This is my friend, the Jersey Devil.
Okay, see, every time there's this one picture in particular of the Jersey Devil that I love because it's just this goofy looking horse head. Mike, you know the one, right? It's kind of friendly looking, and he looks like he talks like this. He's like the Gomer. He's not the Gomer. He's like the Barney Fife of cryptids to me. And I don't think he's into sub or dom. I feel like, okay, we know the Mothman's a sub. So the dom, I don't
count
know.
the Krampus as a cryptid?
Oh God, yeah, he's the dom. Yep, that's it.
Coincidentally, when I think of the Krampus, the sound I also hear is bleh.
Well, yeah, he can't shut his mouth, so bleh. Hey, how's it going, man? Bleh.
You should at some point just go down the list and categorize all cryptids as dom, sub, or
switch.
Verse.
We could probably get that going on Tumblr and see if people weigh in. And
David, you got to get on the Tumblr and ask.
Yeah, I'll have to do that, and I'll tie it to this episode. I'll link the episode. We're trying to figure out the kink index of these different cryptids.
We also need to start asking for questions on Tumblr as well. We might get some.
That's true.
Well, that's our questions for the week. Thank you guys for making us sound like complete freaks. I'm going to be doing that all day tomorrow. So David, it's been a little while. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
What has X got to give to us?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and ruin our night. So this is a topic that I pulled from X. I'm not reading from X specifically, but like it sent me down like a little investigatory hole. So
That's a big word.
I'm gonna read from a Wikipedia page. I'm gonna give you some background on something, and then it's gonna take a hard swerve.
Okay.
So this is called the Overton Bridge.
This sounds really familiar.
Okay.
This isn't the dog suicide bridge, is it?
God damn it.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. All
Dog
right.
Suicide Bridge.
Yeah.
Is it Madison County?
No, it's the dog suicide bridge of Madison. Oh, God, that's terrible.
So this is a bridge in Scotland. In 1859, Overton Farm was acquired by Scottish industrialist James White, who had just started in the business of chemical manufacturing. He built the Overton House 3 years later in 1862. When he died, his son, John Campbell White, inherited the house and the estate and planned to extend the driveway of the house across a deep ravine in order to provide easier access. The architect and civil engineer Henry Milner designed a bridge. The bridge was completed in 1895. So it's this Overton Bridge, and part of the name of it is the Dog Suicide Bridge. Yeah.
What is it with us and animals?
I don't know, man. Animals are be crazy. During the 1950s, locals started referring to the bridge as the Bridge of Death or Dog Suicide Bridge.
Oh, I can't wait for that band to drop.
That does sound like a great punk band name.
It does.
As it was reported that dogs were leaping from the bridge into the ravine below.
God, no, puppies.
The story gained more prominence during the late 2000s and early 2010s.
Yep, that's when I heard about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail on it because it's very, very sad.
Yeah.
But, like, also just, like, that's a hell of a swerve. You look up this, like, architectural article on a bridge, and by the way, dogs commit suicide here.
Yeah, I've got two theories on why they do that, actually.
Yeah, there's one that there might be a supernatural element because, of course, like, you know, if more than 2 dogs commit suicide at a location, I'm going to start thinking about ghosts. I don't know. That's just me. But also, because it's over a ravine, it could be that the dogs are smelling critters. But, like, I feel like a dog has enough sense not to jump off a bridge.
I don't know, man. Apparently they don't.
I don't know.
What if it's just Scottish dogs?
In 2014, well, one is an American, I think, with his golden retriever.
God damn it.
Okay. A number of theories have been proposed as to what is affecting the behavior of dogs on the bridge. In 2014, canine psychologist David Sands
That's a hell of a job.
That is a hell of a specialization. You
Woof,
have
woof.
the dog on the little couch and, like, you know, you were the good boy. You should acknowledge that.
To paraphrase Brian Regan, woof woof, he's sad.
In 2014, canine psychologist David Sands proposed that the surrounding foliage, giving the in reality extremely steep drop-off of the side of the bridge the appearance of even ground, combined residual odor from male mink urine in the area could be a culprit for luring dogs to jump off the bridge. However, John Joyce, a local hunter and resident of 50 years, rejected this theory, stating that there were no mink in the area.
Ooh.
In a separate investigation by the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, it was found that the side of the bridge reportedly favored by leaping dogs, which is a weird sentence to read out loud.
That is weird as hell.
Did contain evidence of nests of mice, squirrels, and minks. In a separate experiment, 7 out of 10 dogs exposed to canisters filled with the scent of mouse, squirrel, and mink all went straight for the mink scent, many of them quite dramatically.
Okay.
Yeah, so, there, of course, people have died there too, but we don't care about that. We care about the puppers.
It's the dogs. It's the puppers, man. I've got two personal theories about this.
Mm-hmm.
First, infrasound. You know, like what they theorize may have caused the Dyatlov Pass incident. Like there may be some kind of like infrasound happening from wind in the canyon, and dogs having such sensitive ears.
Yeah.
It just drives them nuts and they jump. Secondly, it could be a curse from what was the dude's name?
Overton or something.
Overton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what if his last words were, "I fucking hate dogs.
Fuck all you dogs.
Fuck dogs," and he died, and then just every dog on that bridge jumps.
I don't know, man. Again, like it's tragic, but also just like that juxtaposition of like dog suicide bridge.
Yeah.
Wow.
See him at Burning Man. Wow, thanks, David. I really thought we were going to make it through an episode that didn't involve animal death, like higher animal death, and you really pulled it out there, and I'm so proud of you for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that. I'm like, dog suicide bridge. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's pretty fucked.
You read that, and you have to read about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. The first time I saw his dog suicide bridge, I was just like, well, there we go. That's my afternoon. That's what I'm reading. So, guys, that's it for this week. We're going to close out on that. Fuck it. That's it. The end of the series. No. So, I think Mondays we're going to start doing some live streaming stuff for patrons on the Discord. I'm going to set up a channel in there specifically for that. And we're going to start watching some YouTube videos. I'm making a playlist. Mike, David, I want you to make some playlists, and we'll start.
I already have a weird videos playlist, so.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I've got my source of cringe TikToks. So
Awesome. Okay. Well, every week we'll take turns, and one of us is in the driver's seat, and we'll all watch it together. And if you'd like to come in and watch us do that and throw in the yucks in the chat, you know, join the Patreon, which you can find a link to on our website. That being said, if you would like to find out more about the show, find out about the zine, which we are still taking submissions for, and you would like to join us on the Discord, join our Patreon, buy some merch, find the back catalog of all the episodes of both shows, you can at supernatpod.rocks. That is supernatpod.rocks. You can also find us on Mastodon at supernatpod at weirdo.network. You will find a link to our individual mastos in the bio there on the
we're
thing.
also almost current on YouTube.
Yes, we are. In like another week or two, we will be up to date on YouTube, which means I can start maybe trying to put some more effort into the videos, which they're good now. I want to make them better. So, yeah.
Yep.
Check us out on YouTube. Just look for Supernatural Selection Podcast, and you should find us. So, David, you got any plugs before we go?
Yeah, make sure you check out the Supernatural Selection Tumblr. If you go to supernatpod.rocks and click blog, that will take you to the Tumblr. I've been posting zine updates there. I'm going to try to post some stuff. We're going to do that kink index for the cryptids for sure.
Yep.
But also I've been trying to do occasional drawings. So enjoy that. Yep.
Yeah, it's all cool. Mike, you got anything you want to plug?
No. I'm boring.
Okay. Well, I just want to plug I have Mr. Conti on the desk next to me, and he's getting pets.
My cat is sitting on the computer tower, and she is resting her chin on the modem.
Oh,
because it's warm.
Zelda.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. We will see you next week. David, it's your topic next time, so that'll be fun. Mike, I still need to get you to write something.
So do I.
I command you. All right.
10 interesting dog facts.
Oh, man, your dog, if they're as good as your frog facts.
It's just going to be an in memoriam for the dog suicide bridge.
Set to Sound of Silence by
Sparky, Fido,
Nummy Muffin
Mr.
Cocoa Butter.
Chips.
Fun fact. No, not fun dog fact. The dogs that jumped off the bridge did so because of ennui.
Really? I thought you were going not so fun dog fact. All the dogs that jumped off the bridge are dead. Anyway, we'll see you next time. So until then, stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing, so you might as well just stop it here. I'm serious. I'm drawing blanks.
Nope, same here. We talked a lot.
Sorry. Boop. That's what you start pooping every time you actually stop.
I said poop.
Oh, I thought that was a poop. It
Nope.
sounded like boop.
Bleh.
It's like a tone to signify stop recording.
And I have not.
Bah!